peace, was good? Welcome to the hip hop album review. This is part 44. The album I'll be reviewing today is EPMD's 5th album, Back in Business, released in 1997. Before I start, I'm gonna show you guys something cool. This shirt right here, Awakening, PMD, you know, the shirt for the Awakening album, which I don't have in my collection, but I do have. It is Back in Squad. I got it at a thrift store in Costa Rica back in December, where they only sell used clothing. But when I saw this, I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Picked it up for like $2. I did the last album I did a review on EPMD was their 4th album, Business Never Personal. Unfortunately, those albums are the only one. That album and this album is the only EPMD albums I have in my collection. I know I'm slipping, just busy buying other shit. You know what I mean? But eventually, I will get to those albums eventually if I do find them. But anyways, after the breakup, they had released. Well, both members have released solo albums. Like Eric Sermon had released No Pressure back in '93. I did a review on that. Then he released Double or Nothing in '95. I did a review on that. And then he also released a compilation album called Insomnia back in '96. If you guys can find that album, definitely pick it up. In my opinion, some of Eric Sermon's illest beats are on that compilation album. I mean, you know, you have people like Rockwilder and Redman making beats, but most of the beats were Eric Sermon beats and stuff like that. But definitely some of his best beats. And as far as for PMD, Paris Smith, he had released Shady Business back in '94. Very dope album. I did a review on that album. Very dark and very underrated. Very slept on. I just think because of the fact that Eric Sermon had more of a, he had more success, you know, commercial wise than Paris Smith. But that's nothing to take away from Paris Smith because he's still a dope MC, producer as well. And then he had released Business is Business back in '96. I don't have that in my collection. I do want it though, but I did hear it though. But very dope album, another dark, underrated album. Very dope. Definitely be looking for that album. I could get it on Amazon for dumb cheap, but I just never got around to it. But and then they released this album 5 years after, you know, Business Never Personal. Pretty dope album. I like it. Singles this album is known for it only has 2 singles, which are the Richter Scale and The Joint, which were the only singles off the album. Let's start with the intro. Nothing to it, you know, saying that we're back and stuff like that. Richter Scale, which was like the 2nd single off the album. It's an alright, it's an okay song. They have a video for it. I'll post on a link to the video. You know, I guess like a familiar sample that a lot of people used back in the early '90s and stuff like that. The Joint, which is like my favorite song, well, one of the favorite songs off the album, is The Joint. Ill beat, nice funky sample, ill sample and stuff like that. Definitely dope. I've never seen before. It's okay. It's got a nice simple beat to it. The skit, you know, nothing to it. It's with Das Effects, you know, just talking throughout the skit. And then you got the 6th song, Intrigue, featuring Das Effects. Das Effects, you know, they did their thing off the album on that song. I did a review on their first 4 albums. I did a review on Dead Serious, Straight Up Suicide, Hold It Down, which is like my Straight Up Suicide and Hold It Down on my favorite albums from them. And I did Generation Effects, which was an okay album. It was good, but it wasn't as successful as the other albums that I mentioned. And they made an album back in 2003, but that wasn't really too good either. And I'm kind of tight too because about 3 weeks ago they had came down to Florida, down in Fort Lauderdale, in a venue called the Green Room, and they performed over there. And I'm kind of tight because I was supposed to go, but I had family coming down from New York, so I had to, you know, tend to that first. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know. At least I got to meet DJ Dice and shit like that. Last Man Stand. Next song, Last Man Standing. It's a pretty dope song. Pretty dope. Number 8, Get With This. One of my favorite songs off the album as well. The piano sample is so ill. I really like that shit a lot. Do It Again. Pretty dope. You got a song called, or an interlude called Apollo Interlude, which they talk about just them being an Apollo and shit like that. Next song is You Got to Chill, 97. It's obviously paying homage to the song, their song that broke them out. But I kind of prefer the original towards this version. I mean, nothing against this version. I like this version, but I kind of like the original better. This off the strength that the original, the impact that it had on people back in the 80s. You know what I mean? And the original gets played a lot. If you go to parties or clubs and shit like that. Put On is like one of my favorites. Another good song of mine too. Favorite song of mine. The beat is sick as shit. Kim or KIM, Keep It Moving, featuring Keith Murray and Redman. Pretty dope song. That song, the sample has like a nice medieval sound to it, like a medieval sample. Kind of like, back in the Dark Ages, kind of something you would hear like in a movie, or the Dark Ages or some shit like that. Kind of remind me of that. Redman, he does his thing on that shit, kills that shit. Keith Murray as well. They all killed it. Next song is Dungeon Master, featuring Nocturnal. Nocturnal, I'm assuming, was affiliated with EPMD because he also was featured on EPMD's second album, Business is Business, and with the song called Never Water Down. I'll post a link to that song. Definitely check that shit out. Pretty dope song. Dungeon Master, dope song, by the way. And you guys know, EPMD album is not complete with a song, with a Jane song. And they come out with a song called Jane 5, where they talk about Jane 5. With Jane, they killed Jane back in the last album, Business Never Personal. But then, she comes back from the dead and shit like that, and she breaks out of that shit, and she escapes and shit like that. Pretty dope concept. And last song is Never Seen Before remix. That song was actually featured on How to Be a Player music soundtrack. Dope movie, by the way. Pretty funny, kind of cheesy, but it's pretty dope. If you like Bill Bellamy, if you like that kind of shit, then you'll definitely like that movie. And that's it. I know, kind of short, kind of half-assed, but not much to the album. It's a good album. My only complaint with the albums was that some of the samples, I just wish they used different samples, because there's samples that a lot of people have used and shit like that. So could have been better with the sample department. But other than that, can't go wrong with EPMD. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that review. Oh, I want to show you guys one thing too. About a month ago, I went to a smoke shop. No, I don't smoke. I went to go digging to look for records. They didn't sell records, but they did sell CDs. Obviously used CDs. And I found this album, Bambata's album, Million Megawatts. Pretty solid album. If you like Salam Remy's beats from the mid-90s, you'll definitely enjoy this album. And you got some other producers that produce on here too, but it's mostly Salam, a lot of Salam. Half of it is produced by Salam Remy. Pretty dope. I was ecstatic to find this because I didn't even know he came out with an album around it. I'm pretty sure I knew he did, but I didn't think I would find it because a lot of these albums are very hard to come by. Like, these are albums that, you would have to go to, like, Jamaica, or, like, back in the 90s. You had to get this back in the 90s because once you get it, that's it. Like, they go out of print and they're never going to re-release these albums again, so. But, this is a pretty solid album. I thought I'd just show you guys that. That's it for the album review. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more. Peace.